In the next set of lessons, we're going to be covering AI social media outreach. I'll be showing you how to send mass outreach on social media platforms like X, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. These lessons will show you how to send hundreds to thousands of personalized DMs a day. Social media outreach is incredibly effective because ideally you'd have some type of profile. It gives you automatic social proof, and you're able to do things such as sending links and images directly within DM chats without having email providers flag them. The first platform we're going to jump into is X. I'll see you in the next lesson where we'll jump right into it. So the first tool we're going to be using is Drippi.ai. This is by far the best tool for Twitter automation. You can see right there at the top it says powerful Twitter outreach, and it's also very affordable. As you can see, Drippi automates highly personalized outreach messages and tames your inbox with filters, auto replies, and more. What we're going to be able to do is scrape thousands of accounts from whatever niche we want and start outreaching to them via our Twitter account. So to get to this page, you just want to go to Drippi.ai. Then let's go ahead and start a free trial. From here, we can just enter in an email, a password, or just sign in with Google. I'm going to go ahead and continue with Google. Then once we're signed in, we can go ahead and fill out these questions. We're going to select a company size. We'll say just me. How did you hear about us? Google. And we can just say, I don't have a website. Now you can see they have a couple of different functions. They have cold outreach, which is what I'm going to be showing you how to use it for. They have auto DM new followers, boost groups, and inbox management and CRM. So once you've selected one or multiple of these, let's just go ahead and click next. So then we need to connect an account, and I'm actually going to show you how to get the Drippi extension, which makes it incredibly convenient to log into your account and stay signed in. So we're just going to look up Drippi extension, and it's this top result, Drippi.ai Chrome Web Store extension. Then we can just hit add to Chrome, add extension, and you can see now it's been added to Chrome, and then we can just enter in an email address and password. So then once you log in with the Drippi extension, you'll just put in your email and password, and then it's going to say it's already logged you in for Twitter. That's because I'm already logged in on a tab in my Twitter, and we'll be all ready to get set up. And now that we're all set up with Drippi.ai, in the next lesson, we'll get started with setting up the automated DMs. Now I'm going to walk you through step by step how to create a campaign with Drippi, how to create messages, how to use AI, and how to find leads. Now the most powerful feature about this tool by far is how to find Twitter accounts for us to message. Now what we're going to do is hit new lead source. Now there are a couple of different ways we can actually find leads, but we're going to use their built-in lead scraper, which as you can see allows us to scrape leads from a tweet or Twitter profile. So if we just go ahead and then click this lead scraper, we can now add some data sources. So for this example, we're going to use an account source. You can see that we need to input a Twitter link to their username. So let's find someone on Twitter. I'm using this example because he probably has a lot of entrepreneurs, real estate owners, people that are interested in business following him. So what we can do is we can copy the URL to his account, head back into Drippi, and then add it as a data source. Now you can see we can select the data we want to include, where we want to collect the actual leads from, and I'm going to click the followers. You can see he has 1.1 plus million followers. So once I click this button, I can then go ahead and click add source. From here we can add another tweet source. You can see this adds leads from likers and retweeters of tweets, or we can add another account to add to this campaign. But I'm just going to go with this one account for an example. You can see here it's given us a preview of the imported leads, 411 out of 400. We can then go ahead and click next. And this is where the real power comes in. This is where we can add filters to these leads to narrow it down and start to niche who we're actually reaching out to. So the first thing I'm going to do is filter the number of followers. So I'm going to set the number of followers to greater than 100, making sure these are active users of Twitter. And I can hit add filter. You can see now the leads is narrowed down to 659,000. So now let's filter the most powerful tool from Drippi, which is the bio contents. This is going to allow us to narrow down our leads to people that have certain words or phrases in their bio to make sure we're targeting the exact type of people that we want. So let's go ahead and hit word. Now we can start entering words. So let's write things like businesses. We can add entrepreneur. We can add real estate. We can add words like millionaire, billionaire, agency, coaches. So you can see the type of words that we're adding. You know, people that have entrepreneur in their bio might be an entrepreneur. People that have real estate might be in the real estate industry. Agency, coaches, things like I help coaches. So if we want to do this quicker, we can add an element and hit quick add, which is going to allow us to paste a list of words. So here I have scale, funnel, marketing, grow. Then we can confirm this, and you can see it adds each of those words as its own element. Now, if you wanted to, we could go into ChatGPT. You could give it your niche and ask you to give it a list of words that we can fit in here. Now, we can't add more than 9 and add this filter. We're actually going to need to get a Drippi account. You can see we have the option to start a free trial up here, but let's just work with what we have so far. So after I add this filter, you can see we now have 44,000 leads remaining. Now we can also exclude bio content. So if we don't want people that are teenagers, we could add that. Teen, teenager, music, rap, artist, crypto. You get the point. Now we have 41,000 people that we could save and start to send messages to. I just want to quickly mention, I just kind of threw words out here for the bio contents, but you really want to dial in what you're using for your exact niche. So this could be e-com, this could be cold email. We could target by words like founder, CEO. This is what makes this tool so powerful. So now we can hit next and we can give this lead source a name. I'm going to write Cardone followers, 41K leads. And then you could also title this by the niche that you're going for, the type of bio filtered contents that you have. Then we could hit save. From here, it's going to start importing the rest of these leads. Once this is done, we can go ahead and build a campaign to actually start sending DMs. So once the leads are done, we're going to want to head into the automation tab. Now you can see it says canceled out of lead credits. That's because I'm currently operating on a free trial and we don't get the full amount of credits. And before we jump into setting up the actual automation, let's just take a quick look at their pricing plan. So you can see for their basic account, you can connect one Twitter account, you can send up to 400 messages a day, and you have 1,000 message credits a month. Then for their pro option, you can connect 4 Twitter accounts, send 400 messages per day per account, you get 4,000 message credits a month, and then we get some private training, which we don't really have to worry about, and then you can read what we get for the enterprise. Now, since I'm just using this for demonstration purposes, I'll just move forward and go ahead and show you how to set this up. What we want to do is head to the automation tab. Then from here, we can hit new automation, and we want to click the cold DM 2.0 option. I just want to point out auto DM tweet interactions and auto DM new followers. This is also something that you can do to be increasing your leads. This will automatically send messages to a new follower, and this will automatically send messages to users who interact with one of your tweets. But since this is strictly on cold outreach, we're just going to go with cold DM 2.0. Now we want to select the lead source. You can see we have the name of the one that we just collected with 5,557 leads. Obviously, this would be way higher if we had the actual credits to facilitate it. So let's just go ahead and click this. Then we have 2 options. We can choose a script personalizer, which if you've been through the previous AI outreach lessons, that's more like we're doing here, where we have a script and then we just insert variables for the AI to personalize, or we have the AI generator, which personalizes the entire message. Now, I prefer the script personalizer, so that's what I'm going to go with. Now we can give the AI some context about ourselves and what we're trying to do. All right, my name is Cam. I am an AI automation specialist trying to help B2B businesses optimize with AI automation services. Now, the example that I'm going to be using in this specific script were just to be a lead magnet. So rather than trying to take people down sales funnels within these DMs, I just want them to click on a link so they can get a free course that I've said that I provided them. That way we can collect their information and then follow up with a actual paid course. So I don't actually have a course example, but what the goal here would be is to outreach to the person, give a little personalization, say, hey, I prepared a free training for you to set up your own specialized AI agent to put up on your website that can answer all of the questions about your business. They'll go ahead, click the link to access that. And to access that, they need to put in their email and name. So they'll end up putting that in, and then I have their lead information so I can follow up with them on a campaign with principles that you should be familiar with from AI outreach. So once you have the context, let's just go ahead and add the script. So here we can start inserting some personalizations. All right, hey, first name. Then let's go ahead and insert a custom personalization. So you can see all we have to do is type the instructions for the AI to come up with the personalization here. So we could say, find what business the person is in and ask them a question relating to that business. Then after that, I can go ahead and say, I wanted to give you a free training that shows you how to set up a specialized AI agent that can answer questions about your business and that you can put up on your website. Then I'll write, this can help you handle customer support queries and capture leads. And then you would insert your link. And of course, I'm just quickly setting this up as an example. You'd want to tailor this to your specific method as well as the actual kind of leads that you're scraping with the keywords. Remember, all I'm trying to do with this specific DM is get them to click on my link so we can capture their lead via the lead magnet. Now, if we want to preview what this would look like, you can see it's pulled one of our leads that we can use as an example. I'm just going to go ahead and hit generate. All right, so you can see we have, hey Mimi, what's the most challenging aspect of combining your love for keto and being an equestrian, and how does it align with your business endeavors? Now, I don't actually like the prompting for this variable, so what I'd rather do is just give them a compliment. So what I did is I tweaked the instructions to say, find information from the person's profile and give them a compliment based on it and tie it in with figured I'd reach out, keep it 1 sentence max. So you can see we have, hey Mimi, your dedication to staying healthy and your strength as a survivor have truly impressed trust me, figured I'd reach out. I wanted to give you a free training that shows you how to set up a specialized AI agent that can answer questions about your business and that you can put up on your website. This can help you handle customer support queries and capture leads. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you'd want to actually filter these leads more to make sure that you're reaching out to your specific niche. For example, if you wanted to do people that have coaching, you could add a filter that says, I help coaches, or whatever kind of phrase or keywords that you want. Now, after this, we can set some settings. We can set our AI creativity, and I'm actually going to drop this down a bit to 0.6. Then we have the option to include website content. So this will use information from the lead's website to personalize the message or from their tweet context. Now, these are great options to add personalization, but this also does consume more credits. Also, just a quick note, GPT-4 is always going to give you better results, but a lot of the times GPT 3.5 for these kind of automations is enough to do the trick. Then we could go ahead and hit next. Here we have the option to generate variants, and what this will do is set message variants so that Twitter sends an alternation of a couple of different messages. Now, this can help to kind of keep our account from not getting flagged, from sending the same message over and over again. You can see that we have our first message, and then we can write our variant here. So if I just wanted to go ahead and copy and paste this in, we could tweak some parameters. Could change this to hi. Change to say, here's a free training. And then I can just change the sentence around to say that you can put up on your website to answer questions about your business. And then keep this can help you handle customer support and capture leads link. And then you would want to add 5 or more variants, as you can see recommended up here. But I'm just setting this up for demonstration purposes, so I'm just going to leave it at these 2 variants. You can see we also have the option to generate variant ideas, which will use AI credits, but can basically take the current messages that you have and generate a spin of them. So let's just go ahead and see what this gives us. So you can see we then get 6 variant ideas, which it didn't seem to keep our custom personalization prompting. So this is something you'd want to add back in. Now, I just want to point out, I had this link in brackets a second ago. You don't want to put this in brackets for when you send this out. That's why we were getting that little error that says it doesn't pass the quality check earlier. Next, we can check out follow-ups. So this is if you wanted to add follow-ups that would be sent out automatically. For instance, if we sent out an original DM and we found that someone hasn't responded for a while, we could go ahead and enable this follow-up setup. So let's go ahead and do that. You can see it's going to wait 3 days, and then we can send our follow-up message. I'll just write, hey, first name, just checking in. Hope you liked that AI training I sent over. Now, again, the idea behind this is just to get them to look back at that training if they hadn't taken a look already. Then I'll just go ahead and hit next. We can give our automation a name. I'm going to call this XDM demo. We can set how many messages we want to send per day. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave this at 10. But of course, we talked about the credits earlier, so we could set this at higher numbers, up to 400 daily. Then we could go ahead and select whatever sending accounts we want to send from. I've only selected one of them, so I'm just going to use this one. Then we could do a basic schedule or an advanced schedule. If you wanted to modify the advanced schedule, you could set the specific times that you want to send these out and specific days as well. Also, you could set the time zone, but I'm just going to leave everything at default. Then we could go ahead and start this automation. And then I just want to quickly introduce you into some more advanced settings. We can have skip previously contacted. So if you've ever contacted that account before, you can turn this on and you won't contact them again. We can set up auto liking, so we automatically like one of the user's popular tweets before we send a message. We can do an AI language check to check the language in the lead's profile, so we're not wasting any messages. We can check the activity of the leads. We can have auto follow, auto retweet, and do a whole bunch of other automations. I'm going to show you how to boost engagement on X and other social media platforms. So for this tool, I just stick to DMs. So here we can see the messages that we've sent. You can see I sent this one to John. As you can see, it says, hey John, impressed by your diverse entrepreneurial background and ventures, figured I'd reach out. And if I go on to X and show you my messages, you can see that we've sent this message out. Now I'm just going to go ahead and delete this because I don't actually have a link and this is just a demo offer, but you can see how this is working. On top of that, it's going to show you data. Once you actually start sending all these messages, it'll show you engagement with reply rates, messages sent, and credit usage. I'm sure you can see the power of this. You can send hundreds and hundreds of DMs a day, especially if you have multiple Twitter accounts. This is great for engagement, whether you want to bring them down funnels and have automated conversations in the actual DMs, or just get them to click one of your lead magnets. This is a great tool for outreach.